What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News, and today is a special day. Very first annual Mr. Mustache MMA News Awards show. Today, I'm going to be nominating probably about 8 different awards, and on December 31st, on New Year's Eve, I'll be dropping my video on the winners. I will be picking all my own winners off of my nominations. But, guys, please comment what you guys think of the nominations, who you guys think should win, and maybe fighters that I've missed, certain fights that I've missed, performances that I've missed. Let me know what you guys think. But I really just want to have a lot of fun with this. Obviously, I know where the channel is. This is just a lot. This is just meant to have some fun, bring some light to the sport, and yeah, and just, show some love to a lot of the fighters who have kind of showed out this year and some fights that have shown out this year. And just to have some fun to cap off a really good 2025 with some good fights. Now, these are all UFC fights, so, obviously this is the sport of MMA, but I am highlighting the specific promotion of the UFC. But yeah, also, before we start, I want to give a good thank you to everyone who watches the show, everybody who tunes in, comments. I love it, just hearing all your guys' input. A lot of you guys keep it very respectful, which is exactly what my goal is, to have these honest conversations. I know I'm literally talking to myself here a lot of the times, but it's really to just bring an honest conversation about the sport of MMA and give you guys something to think about, something to talk about, and to get you guys hyped up for these fights, and maybe get you guys to just have a perspective, right? Because I know that I'm usually in the minority of a lot of my thoughts on a lot of these things, but a lot of times, I have pretty good predictions, I think. But, guys, what a year. A lot of fights, a lot of performances. And we have fighters going up to new territories, vacating belts, fighters trying to go to new territories and not going so well. I mean, we've had some comebacks. We've had what haven't we had this year in the UFC? Spinning elbows, right? But starting from the top, let's get into it. I got to throw on the glasses here today. I'm not sure if you guys even know I'm blind as shit. So when I do my videos, I can't see anything. Right? So it's all like here. I don't really have anything written down, no scripts, right? I usually I watch whatever tape I can. I think about what I'm going to talk about, and I just go. I just look at the green light. I can't see shit. So I got to wear my fucking Buddy Holly glasses here. All my cue cards. All right, guys. So welcome to the very first annual Mr. Mustache MMA Awards show. Starting off at the top, my UFC Fight of the Year nominations: Joshua Van versus Brandon Royval, UFC 317. Yuri Prohaska versus Khalil Roundtree, UFC 320. Diego Lopez versus Jean Silva, UFC Noche. Merab Dvalishvili versus Umar Nurmagomedov, UFC 311. Elvis Briner versus Esteban Ribovex. Fight Night Tyra versus Park. Bilal Muhammad versus Jack Della Maddalena, UFC 315. Valentina Shevchenko versus Manon Fiorot, UFC 315. Next up, UFC Male Fighter of the Year: Peter Yan, Joshua Van, Islam Makhachev, Hamzat Chimaev, Ilya Topuria, Merab Dvalishvili. And last but not least, kind of an honorary mention, somebody who is, this might be a little bit of a controversial nominee, but Waldo Cortez Acosta. Next up, UFC Women's Fighter of the Year: Valentina Shevchenko, Weili Zhang, Kayla Harrison, Manon Fiorot. Last but not least, Natalia Silva. Next up, UFC Rookie of the Year. Bisanger Susakayev. Ethan Ewing. Jacoby Smith. Dante Johnson. Ivo Baranuski. Jakub Weklak. Jacob Wilyak. I think that's how you say his name. The Polish kid who beat Patchy Mix. I'm so sorry. I just watched it like 5 times how to say your name. Apologize. Next up, Kevin Vallejos. Next up, Quillen Salkilled. And last but not least, Malcolm Wellmaker. Next category, UFC Performance of the Year. Now this is kind of like dominant performance and kind of performance with the highest of implications involved. Some of these guys are going to have multiple nominations as well, I feel like I should say. Khamzat Chimaev's victory over Dricus du Plessis. Islam Makhachev's victory over Jack Della Maddalena. Valentina Shevchenko's victory over Weili Zhang. Ilia Toporia's knockout over Charles Oliveira. Diego Lopez's knockout over Jean Silva. Yuri Prohaska's comeback knockout victory over Khalil Rountree. Peter Yan's victory over Merab Dvalishvili in their rematch. Merab's 3 victories this year over Umar, Sean, and Corey Sandhagen. Couldn't pick one over the other. I figured all 3 would kind of be bunched up together as one, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it made sense to me. Last but not least, Carlos Alberg's knockout over Dominic Reyes. A lot of that implication, Carlos Alberg really had to really, he was 1 fight away for a title shot. I feel like he's right there, right? Even with this victory. And Dominic Reyes was really on the comeback. And this was just a really big coming back show for Dominic Reyes. Unfortunately, didn't go his way. So I think with all the pressure and all that, Alberg really went out there and performed the way that he should have. Next category, UFC Comeback of the Year. Yuri Prohaska versus Khalil Rountree. Diego Lopez's knockout over Jean Silva. Aaron Blanchfield's submission over Tracy Cortez. Jared Cannonier's victory over Gregory Rodriguez. Nathaniel Wood's comeback victory over Jose Delgado. Next category, UFC Knockout of the Year. This one's a little deeper. Mauricio Ruffi's knockout over Bobby Green. Lerone Murphy's spinning elbow knockout over Aaron Pico. Jeff Neal's knockout, spinning elbow, Carlos Prates' spinning elbow knockout over Jeff Neal. I apologize. Diego Lopez's spinning elbow knockout over Jean Silva. Ilia Toporia's knockout over Charles Oliveira. Quillen Salkild's head kick knockout over Nasrat Haqparast. She was nasty. Yuri Prohaska's comeback knockout victory over Khalil Rountree. Randy Brown's knockout over Nicholas Dalby. Ricky Simone's knockout over Javid Basharat. Next category, UFC submission of the year. Jeon Silva submission over Bryce Mitchell, ninja choke. Sean Brady subs Leon Edwards with one arm. Merab submission over Sean O'Malley. I don't really think anybody was expecting it to be like that. Alexander Pantoja submits Kai Kara France. Just showed why he really was at that time the champ. Just put himself on a different level, right? Charles Oliveira submits Mateusz Gamrot on short notice. Dominated, went out there, made it look easy. I thought just that alone, the context of that submission victory is kind of what earned him, I think, submission of the year, like nomination. And guys, that's it. Those are my nominations for the year. This is just the first year of it, so hopefully, my categories will grow. It's going to be stuff to think about as I start logging things in a little bit more detail going into 2026. And that's kind of my goal going into 2026, right, guys? I want to start doing some live streaming and fight companions. I'm going to get myself ready for that so that we can start watching these events together. It's going to be fun, right? I mean, at least for me, I think it's going to be fun, not to get like weird or what, but like after losing my wife, like it kind of, she watched all the fights with me. She was a G, bro. Like she was awesome. And it kind of sucks not having her with me to watch these fights anymore. So it's something I think I'm going to start doing, is just do a fight companion and kind of be there with my community. I think that would be really cool and build that way. I want to just have more detailed breakdowns. I want to start talking a little bit more on everyday stuff, because I really just talk about fights, just fights. But that's really because I don't like to talk about drama. I don't like to talk about, I know I'm MMA news, I like to say, but that's something I kind of want to get a little bit more into, right? I think 2026 is going to be a year where I'm going to give you guys way more consistency and more of a schedule that you guys can see. I think you guys will get a little bit more insight to like my personal life as well. I think I'm, more live streaming. I'm probably going to be going into the Twitch game as well, just for like just gaming and stuff like that. I'm not a good gamer. I'm a very casual gamer. I'm not good, but I like to play. So who knows? Invite you guys on my journey. I don't know. But I just want to thank everybody, man. This is a sport I love. I love to see it grow. Even aside from the UFC, we have Karate Combat, BKFC, DBX, CJI. All these things are growing. I'm all about it. I'm literally watching Jake Paul versus Joshua's the first fight right now on the main card that's on right now. I'm watching here in the background, but I just want to thank you guys for everything. Please give me your guys' input on what you guys think of the nominations. I'm also going to hit up the fighters too, of all the nominations. And if they're interested, I'll go and get like little cheap trophies made if they want. I'll have them sent to them and shit. I don't know. And if things start growing this year too, we'll start talking merch, t-shirts, hats, mugs, fake mustaches. Who knows? Help me grow the page, and this could be a nice little community for us, because this is a sport I love. I love to talk sports. I'm not one of these guys who are going to sit there and filter myself. I'm pretty sure it's a big reason why I don't get pushed on YouTube. I curse a lot. I really don't care. I just want to be myself and just talk about the sport that I love so much. But guys, thank you very much for listening. If you guys if you guys haven't subscribed, guys, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Happy New Year, everybody. I'll be talking to you guys here on New Year's Eve. So Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all those things if you do any of that. Happy holidays if you don't. Hope you enjoy yourselves. Mr. Mustache, MMA News out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.